He doesn't love me anymore. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl DiDi. Hey guys, it's your girl DiDi. Hey, it's your girl DiDi, and you're watching the DiDikoshow. Hey guys, it's your girl DiDi, and you're watching the DiDikoshow. I'm in somebody's house today, and it's nighttime, and I'm cat sitting. So I've been in this house for the past 2 days, got 3 more days to go, and the lighting is on her bed, so that's the only way you're seeing me right now. Otherwise, the light of the room is off. Anyway, if you didn't know, I like to talk, but I know when I'm talking too much, so I calm it down as quick as possible. Don't know whose birthday that was, but looks pretty cool. Y'all clicked on the title. You already know it's about to go down. So I'm rounding it up into one sentence, or however long I'm going to do it, because I don't know. That I know the love of my life, but I'm not his. And y'all like, okay, your point, like what? It's a story time, honey, so you better get some popcorn or something and sit back and relax. You know, you need to rest because I'm actually not feeling too hot right now, so it's taking a lot out of me to actually be smiling right now and have energy. But you know, I love YouTube. I love the people. Well, I don't love an inanimate object, but you know what I mean. I don't know if it's allergies because I am allergic to cats. Forgot about that because that's new to me. So I'm cat sitting for 5 days and over here going through all types of immune system things. So they don't have tea in the house, and they do, but it's like fruit tea. About to try that out. The cat just walked into the room. Her name's Angel. Say hey, Angel. I'm sorry, did I wake you up? But you was all the way upstairs, I don't understand. Anyway, we're just gonna get right into the story now. That took a lot. We're gonna start from the beginning. So, you know, the generations today meet online and stuff, and that's how I met my LOML. So let's just say I was with this guy for 2.5 years. I mean, it can be 3 because we're not talking, but we're like communicating. Don't know how to explain that, but it's been 2.5 years. It'll be technically 3 years in June, but we were never together. Girlfriend and boyfriend never came out of our mouths, but we did everything couples do as much as possible over the phone and online. We're gonna call him Bam because that's what I call him, but that is nowhere near his name. All the people who do know me know who I'm talking about because that's how in love I am with this guy, because he was on everything. Like, all my friends know about him, and I'm not even like scared to put this up because he doesn't even watch my stories. He don't even respond back to my text, and he don't like watch my YouTube. So I know him. We're here. That's what we always say. But let's start from the beginning. One summer, he decided to hit me up to tell me how beautiful I was. And then I was looking at him, I was like, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, okay. I guess since I'm not like talking to nobody and I'm bored. That's how I start off all my relationships, to be honest. I was like, I'll give him a shot. We talked for like literally we talked the whole summer every day, and we were both Android users at the time, and he was not, I'm not gonna say being the female in a relationship, but like he was the one that started planning stuff. You know how girls be like, I want to do this, I want to get married with you here, I want to have this many kids. Like, he started doing that first, and I was like, oh my gosh, this may be the one, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really simplifying this for you guys because I'm not trying to put time frames on here. And as the time was progressing, the more we were talking over this summer, the more I was getting more attracted to him. I started seeing features in him that I didn't see before. I was like, oh, I like this, and like that. And then he told me his height, and I was like, yes. And then he's like, he's a basketball player, and I always get a basketball player. That's dope to me, I guess. At this time, you know, we're both growing. We're at prime. This is a prime time in our life. So once school started, again for both of us. We said, well, we're not gonna do this every day like we usually do, but I'll check up on you, da 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 da, this and that. Winter break came for both of us. It happened to align. That's when we started talking every day again, like we did back in the summer. And like he did everything else first, he did this first. I will never forget how it felt in my ear, how he said it, and where I was. Oh my God, am I tearing up? I am. One day we were on the phone and we was like, talking like couples do. And it was a slight pause. And he said, DiDi, he doesn't call me DiDi, but I'm gonna just say, DiDi, I think I love you. And I was so happy that I said it back, but it was so high pitched that he didn't hear me. I was like, that's exactly how I did it. And he was like, did you hear me? I said, I love you, girl. And I was like, damn, like I can't even do it as deep as he was doing it, but you know how girls, y'all know how I feel when the deep voice in your ear, you're like, oh my God, he said something like that. Shoot. And I said, yeah, I said I love you too. And then that's when the conversations were starting to get heated, like as in like intense, feelings were high all the time. We started making even more plans that we knew we couldn't do because we were in school under our parents' house roofs still. So it was more like, I'm sorry, I'm keep looking, the cat just moving. But that's when I was like, this is my husband. Like, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if it's 6 months and I've never met him. This is my husband. We're gonna meet one day. Da 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 da. Man of God, this tall athlete, wants me, loves me first. Like, come on, this is mine. He's mine. Like, that's how it was, right? So winter break was over. We went back to just texting every now and then, but he would let me call him and he'll call me. He actually used to call me first. We're going to get to the call and stuff later. But he used to call me first, and we always ended the conversations with, I love you. And he planned out our first date, what he wanted me to wear on our first date. It was a red dress. I was not whipped. I was just love blind. I was love blind. Too bad. Yeah, there we go. I was love blind. Let's just say, when you're in a relationship, you get to know more about people. We got to know more about each other. We was growing with each other. We were under the wraps. Nobody knew about like us until like about, well, why did I do that? About like 8 months in. It was vice versa for us. Like all his brothers knew me. 2 brothers. Both his brothers knew that I existed. Eventually, his dad knew I existed because I called his dad's phone by accident because apparently he was using it. Or no, the house phone. So, the 3 of them knew that I existed, and they was always around when we were on the phone for the 2.5 years. On the other spectrum, nobody on my family knew that he existed because the history of me and boys and the family are not a positive situation. So I don't talk about boys in my family, with my family. But all my friends knew about him. They was like, oh, y'all cute, da da da. Everybody knew. Like, even the guys I used to like, everybody knew this is my husband. This is my LOML, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna fast forward to the end of it. So by the end of it, I told him in the second year, I said there's something wrong because I used to get sick a lot with my my tonsils. Y'all been on my tonsillectomy vlog journey with me. I used to get sick a lot there, and my body would just get sick. And I'm starting to kind of feel like that right now, but hopefully it's not that. It's just allergies. But it was just so many, even things that weren't related to my tonsils were happening to me. So I didn't know what this one summer I had something wrong with me, and I didn't know what it was, but I had a very logical guess, and I kind of already knew what it was, but I had to make sure I make an appointment. I warned him that it could possibly be this thing, and he was like, "Well, I mean, just let me know, but I'm willing to work things out with you. We're gonna be I'm going to stay with you because this and this and that and this and this and that." So basically, what he said was that he was going to ride with me. He was my ride or die. Next day, went to the doctor, got diagnosed, and I told him about it. And everything seemed to be cool. But I don't remember him telling the exact thing I was diagnosed with, but I told him what exactly, like, what it was. Not the name of what it was, but I told him what it was. So he knew what I had, like I told him. And he was like, all right. And then he's like, basically, let me cool down. I'll talk to you later. You have a good day. That's what he did. So we was talking. Another 6 months went by, and I was talking to my roommate, and I said, I don't think I actually like ever told him the exact diagnosis of what I have. So I decided to. I was so scared. I'm. If I have to confront something or confess something to you, I don't like to look you in your face or tell you in person. I'm the texter, the one that everybody doesn't like. So that's how I cope with things. I FaceTimed him, but I was not in the camera, and I told him what it was. And I saw the annoyance and disappointment in his face, and he asked me one question: can I have children? And I told him it was complicated, but long answer short, yeah. And he was like, well, thanks for letting me know. We could still talk. You could still hit me up and this and that. I'll check up on you every now and then. And then that was it. And he hung up. So I'm looking at, this is my first time ever crying over a guy in so long, because I don't do that. But since it was 2.5 years, I think I had a reason to. I was in my lounge, and I cried for 3 minutes, and my face was beat, y'all. So the makeup was running on my white shirt, and I was crying, and I just couldn't believe that 2.5 years was gone, and that all the plans, all of our children's names and stuff, like all of it was gone at that moment. After I hung up that phone, it was done. I was just like, my gosh. But I told him you will always be like my LOML, but I talked to my roommate about it because she knew everything about me at the time, but I don't talk about much about myself after that. But I was like, it wasn't really finalized. But he said I could still talk to him. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So then I go on, it's the next day, and I wake up to a message from him, and it's on Snapchat. He doesn't text me, he Snapchats me. And we used to sing songs to each other that we like want to sing to one another and stuff. And he sent me a song. It was Pills and Automobiles by Chris Brown. And I'm listening to it. It's like a mixed feelings song to me. I guess I didn't understand then. And I was like, that verse, bitch, you out of line. Why you waste my time? And I'm just like, I texted back. I said, yo, are you that mad at me? And he was like, I'm just trying to figure out what's the next step. Da 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 da. And this is where I messed it up, where we could have still been together, but he made me mad. I was ashamed, and I pushed him away. I said, I mean, there's nothing to think about. You're still young. You're still in school. You are this, and that. Girls are going to want you. It's fine. You're young. He was like, you know what? You're right. I said, yeah, I'm sorry I wasted my time and your time. He was like, well, it was fun while it lasted. And that was the last thing we ever said. The last thing he ever said to me. You know how pissed I was? It was fun while it lasted. Were we not in love, or was it just me? I think it was just me in love. Okay, cool. But here's another out of me experience. The next day, so this is the third day after I told him, where it was finalized that we were done. I went into class, and you know, I'm just thinking about him all damn day, like for the rest of the week and shit. I walk into class, and I literally dropped to my knees and start crying. I got up so fast and walked out to the hallway and just, you know that like somebody died in your family cry, like it's just traumatic. That's how I was crying. And I said, what are you doing? You don't cry over males. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And my makeup was running again. Okay, my makeup was just running. My teacher saw me and she came out. She was like, you know, take all the time you need, and when you're ready, just come back in. And I'm over here pep talking myself like, you can't do this again. Like, DiDi, you what are you doing? DiDi, no. It's over. It's over. He doesn't want you. He clearly didn't take this serious, and it's done. Fast forwarding, long story short, every day since that day we broke up, I mentioned him in all of my conversations with my friends because something my friend would say will remind me of him. And I was like, oh, he used to do that. Bam used to do that. Oh, Bam used to say that to me. Oh, me and Bam, we were going to do, like, I was gone by this dude. Like, I was gone. And I would make videos, and I actually mentioned in one of my videos how I was like, y'all, he's still my love of my life, so don't tell nobody. It was actually in this clip. But he's my soulmate, guys, and he's the love of my life, but don't tell him that. So, 4 months went by, and I was like, I can't take it anymore. I literally drafted a mini essay that I was going to send to him, and I edited it. It took me 4 days, guys, to write this thing because I was so scared to send it to him, first of all. And I'm like, because he wasn't fazed by the breakup. He didn't care. Because he's an ambassador. He's this tall. He's an athlete. He doing this organization, running that, and be coaching. Like, I'm like, girls are all over him. Like, I already know that. So he doesn't care because he has plenty of fish already. So I'm like, okay, just make it simple. Don't be that desperate. Mention in the essay that it's pathetic. And that's what I did. Like, I put all like mature qualities in this little essay, and I sent it to him on IG because I had deleted his number. I unadded him on Snap, like trying to get over him for 4 months. So 4 months was not, you know, a time where I let him go. So I sent it to him, and I deleted Instagram because I didn't want to see the reply because I was scared that I was shaking. I don't know why I was so scared for somebody I've never seen before and knowing that they're not going to do anything. So I let 3 days go by, and I downloaded the app again. And he responded, he's like, I'll allow you to talk to me. I'll hear you out. And to be honest, I still be thinking about you and us sometimes. And here's my number. I'm thinking, second chance, praise the Lord, hallelujah. I actually have my husband back. And I text him. He replies. I text him. I reply back to his text message. Then he reads it. Back to the same shit he used to do towards the end of the relationship. So he doesn't ever respond back to me. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to double text you, so I'll just do it the next day. I'll wait 24 hours if you read my messages to message you again. Do it again. It's always a me texting you first. He replies, I text back. He replies, I text back. Stops. It's always 6 messages for some reason. 2 days go by, we don't text. So I'm like, okay, is he really giving me a second chance, or he's just like, what did you give me your number for? Are you trying to have this happen or what? And then I'm doing work with my friend, and it's like 11 p.m. But we're in a different time zones. That's how far away he is. That he's an hour behind us. So it's like 11 where I am, 10 where he is. I actually FaceTime him. I said, YOLO. Me and my friend have been doing this YOLO thing. The one who did my sewing, Lene, shout out to her. She's never gonna watch this though. I was like, we've been living the YOLO life. So I was like, YOLO, right? I should just FaceTime him, right? But it's been like 4 months. So I do it. Connection was bad, but he was answering. He answered. Wait, he missed the call. Then he calls me back. Connection failed. Then I call him back. He answers. Then I call him back again. And he just doesn't answer anymore. But during one of the short calls, I heard this in the background, but I know it wasn't his voice. She in another state, so she don't know what I'm doing. Was that someone speaking for you, or I'm confused? I didn't know what was going on. And I'm like, Lenny, this has to work because this is my love of my life. Oh my gosh, like, I love him. And like, no matter what, I will always love this dude, but he don't want me anymore. And I actually went into a public bathroom today and discouraged myself in the mirror. And I've made the decision, since he's like he doesn't want to text me. I think he was just being nice to me. So I've come to the conclusion that we're actually over. So I had to discourage myself for like 10 minutes in a public bathroom and say, DiDi, Bam does not want you. He's not texting you for a reason. He does not want you. Let it go. You are ugly. You don't like. I was just going on myself. But the bottom line was, Bam does not want you. He does not want you. He does not want you. Like I was saying, like, you have to get that through your head. Bam does not want you. So that's what I was saying in Mirror today. Like, guys, I may sound pathetic, but this is my first time ever being this hung over a guy, but like before. So it's been hard. I actually even told my mother about him. After 5 years of not talking about boys with my mom, the first time I bring him up, here we go, months later, it's done. I'm sorry, Mom. He said he doesn't want to marry me anymore. Because at one point in time, like I said, he wanted to marry me. And I said, Mom, I told my mom. So this was a very long story time. I've never had a video this long before. Hopefully YouTube lets me upload it, because it's like, I think that's enabled. But that was a lot of talking. I don't think I've told my friends this story as it was happening, because they're on the journey with me, but I've never told anybody the whole story. But that was a story of how I've never met my LOML. And you know, he always is, but you know, God, you have to provide a second one for me, because this one doesn't want me. So but yeah, I'm gonna need another man quick, because I need my children in 8 years. I have to have my, you know, 8 years is not a long time, you know, we gotta still graduate and all this other stuff. But thanks for coming to the channel, guys. Welcome. What? Thank you again for coming to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to go check out some other types of videos that I have, you can go to my playlist. I have bunches of playlists that you can check out that you're interested in. And remember to subscribe. Remember to follow me on SoundCloud and listen to some music. Actually click the play button so I can get the listens. And follow me on IG. That will be at the end of this video. And I love you all, and I hope to see you again. Peace.